Hello, everybody.
Hi.
And
Right on cue. Squeak, a squeak.
right on cue. Begins with the squeaking. we're
Sounds like
gonna.
you put it into the music.
I know. Just as a heads up for everybody before we get started, we are using a new streaming platform. So, Cody and Ken have given me as much help as they can possibly give me. But I am still a bit of a lost cause. So we're gonna be winging the hell out of this one.
As usual. So really nothing is changing for you.
Nothing is changing. Our expectations are low, you know. So
Hi, Zach Bennett.
Going through the usual crew is piling in.
Linda, got to see her at Gettysburg. That was
Did
so
you?
fun. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Linda's great. I met Linda at New Jersey Para-Unity. Jonathan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jason. We got Corner Cauldron.
Yes, my dear friend. She wasn't able to make it to Gettysburg this year, but I talked to her a lot while I was there.
Oh, I bet you did.
Yeah.
Did y'all meet at Gettysburg?
Huh?
Did you meet at Gettysburg?
Yeah, last year with the
Last year.
Sachs-covered bridge. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we had like a bunch of different stuff happen that I was like, you know what? Let me ask Maria about this because we don't know what's going on.
Tori.
Hello.
And Joe. All the usual suspects. Okay. It's good to be back. It's been what, like 3 weeks?
Oh, a month.
Has it been a month?
I think so, yeah, because we didn't do the last time because I was getting ready for Gettysburg.
That's right.
And then
yeah.
No, then I guess it's been
2 weeks.
A month. 2 weeks. No, because then Cody and Satori had their Thursday that they didn't do. It's been a while.
It's all going by too fast, and one day bleeds into the next, and I don't even know what planet I'm on most of the time. So
neither do I.
It works out great.
It does.
It works out great.
How have you been?
So, you want to give them the skinny on what we're doing?
Yes. So we, as you guys all know and have seen on all of our social media, is we had the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash last weekend. Cody and Satori were there, and I was there, and we got to see a lot of our friends. I finally got to meet the guys from Tennessee Wraith Chasers.
So they probably don't know about that. So you're going to have to elaborate on the importance of this particular meeting.
Yeah. Oh my God. I am in love with Chris Smith. And he, you know, like Heather Reddick, who's part of Zach's paranormal team. And she was like, we've got to go meet the Tennessee Wraith Chasers. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot they were here. And because I forgot, I didn't look stellar like I planned to look, but I still look
100 degrees, that's hard.
It's
melts off.
The weather almost killed everybody.
Oh,
yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, so I got to meet the Tennessee Wraith Chasers. If you guys don't know who they are, they did have a show on the Travel Channel called Ghost Asylum, and it was a really different take on ghost hunting. They kind of did like set up science experiments and stuff for like trying to capture ghosts. It was kind of like a Ghostbusters type of thing. And so it was, you know, they went to all the places, right? They went to St. Albans, they went to OSR, they went to Trans-Allegheny, they like went everywhere. Oh, thank you. I pay her to say that.
Yeah.
And so anyway, yeah, so it's him and his brother and like a bunch of guys. I met one of them last year. Well, I did. I forgot they were going to be there. And so she's like, let's go meet him. And I'm like, okay. So we go meet him. Super nice guys. They invite us to their Halloween event. I was like, I would love to, but that's the start of holiday vendor fairs. So all my Saturdays are booked starting November 1st. I was like, there's no way I can get to Ohio or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got a picture with them, and Chris was like, it's good to see you, baby. And I was like, oh, he called me baby. And so then I went back to my table and started planning our wedding. I do believe he's married, but, you know.
whatever.
Fingers crossed. Anyway, so yeah, that's Tennessee Race Races. I was super excited to get to see Dave Schrader. Cindy Kaza made a surprise visit to the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. We
She's
were
so
all
great.
blown away. Didn't get a
She's so
chance to
great.
meet her. Yeah, she was only there on Saturday, I think. So Tori, correct me if I'm wrong if she was only there on Saturday. But yeah, so they're promoting their new show. And Saturday was so busy. Like, and we knew it was going to be busy because, you know, everybody's getting in on Friday. So Friday was kind of
Right.
slow. There was a little bit of a pickup in the evening as people started getting into town. Saturday was a zoo. It was a complete zoo. So I didn't get a chance to see her, but I did give my condolences to Dave Schrader. And of course, I saw Cody and Satori and John Zaffis. I got to meet Michelle. I mean, I
Finally.
got to see so many people that we know from our shows, right? I got to meet Dan and Celine. They were there. They were volunteers. So I got to meet them. Met a bunch of new like vendors. My neighbors were really cool. And yeah, we had a really great time. Oh, good. I hope you go.
Yeah.
Gettysburg is always a really great time. The weather, of course, was crappy, but it's, you know, back east in the summer, but there's nothing we could do about it.
It's July. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. And Celine always asks them to take their shirts off when she sees them. Oh man, I would have fainted. I'd have fainted. I'd have been like, oh my God.
Well, can we tell the Juwan story before the Juwan mass story at OSR, or can we not?
Yeah,
tell
we
the
can
story
tell.
'cause it's
You tell it.
Okay.
I'm so embarrassed, like he's watching right now.
We are at OSR 2 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Jesus, 3 years ago.
Oh, 3 years? Yeah, 3 years ago.
3 years ago. So the first time I had been, I think it was your first time too. But I had met Juwan at the Strange Escapes where I met Andrea. And so if anybody doesn't know Juwan was on Ghost Brothers.
The tall one.
And they're all from Atlanta. So I'm from Atlanta, and so we got to talking food and stuff. And so by the end of that weekend, he just always referred to me as ATL or Atlanta. So we go to OSR. Carrie also has a bit of the hots for Juwan, and I don't blame her because he is an incredibly good-looking human. And her podcast partner Laura had gotten to meet her on the walk around because Carrie was watching the table. So Juwan and I talked for a minute or two. Carrie's like, damn it, I missed my chance. So it's like the last day. Everybody's like packing up to leave. We're outside. And he starts, sorry, I got to take a spoon away from Bernie that he's trying to destroy.
Oh, dear.
This was for coffee, but now it's in pieces. So they start walking out. And I think it was like Marcus came out first. And then they all kind of trickled. And so she's like, there he is. And I'm like, do you want to meet him? And so she always like tries to hide behind me. Mind you, Carrie is a bit taller than me.
Turned my back to the wall and was like, do. I don't know why I did that.
She missed not shy about anything, would not. And he's walking away. And I'm like, girl, he's right. He's literally walking away. You're running out of time.
I know. And
I can't do it.
Yeah, like I did. I like went to hide behind Aaron and like turned my back. I was facing the wall. I'm like, Carrie, you are 45 years old. Grow up. And I literally am not afraid to go up to anybody. And I get it. Like I get it because we had another person on Zach's team, Jennifer, and then also Heather on Zach's team. We're very, very excited, but very, very nervous to meet Cody and Satori. And I'm like, come on, I'll take you. I'll introduce you. It's fine. And they were like, oh God, all right. I hope I don't say something stupid. They were really nervous. And of course, everybody that's met them, no, it happens. Yeah.
It happens.
And of course, everybody that's met them knows it right away. They put you at ease, like you're old friends. And so everything was fine. And I was like, oh God, you don't be it. They're just people. It's okay. No, not Juwan Mass. He's not people. Not people.
No, he is
He's
incredibly handsome.
he really is, yeah.
Jonathan Ash.
So that was recently my recent fangirling. No, I didn't get a chance to see Cindy. She was just there on Saturday. We were super busy. Laura was there.
Was there? She
Like,
did end up staying both days,
mhm,
apparently.
yeah. Oh, did she? Oh,
Story
okay.
said.
Yeah, no, I didn't get a chance to meet her. I would have loved to. I took 2 classes from her when my abilities first started coming in after Andrea's Mojo Whammy. But yeah, I didn't get an opportunity to meet her, which I was bummed about because I really did want to meet her. Oh, you're silly.
I met her in Savannah. She was really, really nice. Just
Yeah.
and I the thing I like the city too, and then I swear we'll go back to Gettysburg. And talk. I had a couple minutes to kind of just shoot the breeze with her in between stuff, and she's very much into holistic healing. So she's,
That's fantastic.
you follow her on social media. She's all over the world. She's gotten involved in all different kinds of healing modalities, and so she's kind of like a seeker of natural ways to heal yourself. And I thought that was an interesting conversation to have with her. She's a big proponent of like psilocybin, microdosing, that kind of thing for mental health. So
wow, that's fantastic.
I love when you go to the States. Yeah, you have all this time and you get to learn other things, like other sides of them.
Yeah.
That you don't necessarily get, that you're not going to get from the shows that they're on. So I think it's always interesting to kind of find these other sides of some of these people and the other things make them kind of tick. So
yeah.
Anyway,
very approachable.
Yeah, he's very nice.
Do we know if he's very taken?
I don't know. I don't see him on social media much anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just doing other things or what he's got going on.
But there's a lot going on, I'll tell you.
I've never seen Carrie like Twitter pated, it's not the word, but flustered. And she was flustered.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful man right there. So Gettysburg.
Yes.
We've talked about how like got to meet all the fun people like, Cody and Satori for the very first time in person, and Michelle, man, she is so wonderful and she gives the best hugs.
Michelle Roos does give the amazing hugs, which is considering how tiny she is.
She's so freaking little. Yes.
Have you seen Aladdin? And it makes her so mad when I say this, but I think she kind of gets a kick out of it. That line where the genie's like, phenomenal cosmic powers, itty bitty
living space.
Yes. That's
oh my God, I love that. That's perfect. Yeah, so we got to see all of like, I asked him out and he turned me down. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Dan.
Well, if somebody is going to shoot down Dan, then I don't stand a chance.
Right? We're both screwed. Forget it.
Both screwed.
Let's give up now.
So yeah, we had a lot of fun. We went out to Farnsworth House, which I always love. Sweeney Tavern. Always love that. That's a good place. And then Appalachian Brewery, I think, was the other one. Oh my, they were amazing. That was a good restaurant. Yeah. So love good food. Gettysburg, good time. But being an empath, and as we all know, going into places like this, let's set aside that it's in Gettysburg, the most haunted town in the country.
Right.
So set that aside. Having all of these people in an enclosed space, and all of the emotions that they're feeling, like
everything's extra big.
They're hot. They're tired. They're excited. They're happy. They're in a fight with their, loved one. Their kids are being annoying. Their feet hurt, like whatever they're feeling.
Right.
They've spent too much money. Whatever it is, you're in that collective energy. And if you don't ground, that can be very overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
If you ground, that can be very overwhelming. Like it doesn't like, you could have the strongest cage and you're still going to pick up that kind of, yes, Dan, they're amazing. Mm-hmm. you're still going to pick up that energy.
Yeah.
And it's coming back to the fact that it's Gettysburg. So you can leave the convention center. Every day ends at 6. You can leave, go out with your friends, have a good time. It's Gettysburg. So
no escape,
like you always say, we see, there's no escape there.
Yeah.
And like you always say, we just glow differently to them. So they see us.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing things out of the corners of our eyes, or maybe like the first night I got back to my hotel room, which I had left Raleigh at 3 a.m. to drive up to Gettysburg. So by Friday night, I was exhausted.
Cooked,
and I get to my room and I feel really out of sorts. And for the first time ever, I'm constantly going places, but for the first time, I was like, I really want to go home. I really want my mom. I want my mom. And I was like, this is kind of weird. But at the same time, like I was so tired and it had been such a busy day. And that's just sort of something that if you guys have advice, or if you guys have like a story of when you've also experienced that same kind of rundown, no matter how prepared you are, tell us, what's that been like for you? What are some things that you do? Are there crystals you carry? Are there, like, how do you handle that? I know, Erin, I think we've talked about this on the show before, but why don't you tell them about Vegas?
Oh God.
Yeah.
So Vegas was the first, I mean, I'd done the Strange Escapes, but that was a small group of probably like 50 or 60 people. And even that could be a bit overwhelming. But I think I went to Vegas for the disaster of the Paracon they had at the end of 2021.
Yeah, that's right.
it was an absolute disaster. Like celebrities weren't paid. It was a complete cluster. But number one, I was in Vegas. Number two, I hadn't been to one of these events before like this. And I remember same kind of thing. Like you said, like I flew in, I landed at like 11 o'clock at night. I got to the hotel. I went straight to the bar, sober still, just for the record. It's weird. But so this was such a cluster that they had to cancel the VIP dinner because the guy couldn't get his shit together. So,
oh, wow.
I think Jason Hawes and a couple of other people were like, well, these people are expecting to get to meet people tonight. We still need to do something. So the celebrities kind of put it together to go meet at this bar in the hotel lobby, right? So
celebrities are like, we'll take care of it. It's
right. We'll figure this out. So I walk in. I was working as a brand ambassador for a company, and that was the first time I'd met Zaffis and really almost any of these people.
Right, Ron, Lourdes, all of them, Tony and Cherie.
Yeah, and then that was the night it took me 30 minutes to get the nerve to even approach Jason Hawes, just to thank him for all he's done and us being
existing. Yeah,
right. He's 30 minutes took me the nerve. Go, and I'm like, I am sober. This is way harder sober. So, but of course, you get all these people together and you start swapping stories, and the next thing you know, you're still in a Vegas casino, and now it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got to be back at the hotel to set up at 6:15.
Oh, yeah.
No sleep. So we get set up. First day goes fine. I mean, it's a lot. Like and this probably happens at Gettysburg, I would assume too. It would have to. There was so much energy in the convention space that it looked like fireworks popping on the ceiling.
Oh,
like the energy was, I could see it on this. There was just, because again, any of these cons, you've got, you've got the celebrities, you've got all your vendors, you've got psychics, you've got energy healers, you've got, people who are fans, people who are super fans. Like it's just, everything is extra when you're at So I was saying, thank God for Carrie Hopper, because she got me this ridiculous rate on a hotel room that was a mile off the strip, and it was a non-gaming hotel, which is what I wanted.
Yeah, because the cling, cling, cling of the slot machines is, after 5 minutes, it's just, whether you're an empath or not, it's just way too much.
It is too much. And I've been to Vegas one other time, but it was a much different vibe, different scene. So first night, no problem, get back to the hotel room, order pizza, like get some sleep, go back the next day. I had hopped in a cab or an Uber to get back. Ordered an Uber, no problem that first night. But the second day, I was cooked before we even got started. Like I had no idea,
Yeah.
and I had grounded and all of that. But by the time the second day was done, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hop in an Uber. Now, mind you, we're at the back of the MGM Grand at the conference center, which is almost a literal mile to the
Yeah.
front of the MGM Grand to catch an Uber.
I'm telling you, the hotels in Vegas like are shocking.
They're huge. It's like a
They're
city.
like they're like all like a TARDIS. They're just bigger on the inside.
It is. So I was like, okay, because I'm already on the verge of tears because now I'm totally overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm tired. It's like too light, it's too bright, it's too loud.
Yeah.
And I walk out of the front of the hotel and the Uber line, I couldn't get an Uber for like an hour and a half.
Oh, geez.
Saturday night, so not surprising. Like,
sure.
Whatever, I get it. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to walk it because I couldn't get a cab. The line for a cab was like 50 people deep. And I'm like, okay, this isn't great. So now I'm standing in front of this hotel. The drunk people are screaming. Planes are flying. The neon's flashing. Cars are honking. And I just sat down on the curb and cried. I was so overstimulated.
Yes.
In every possible way that I could be overstimulated that I literally lost my shit. Yeah. I called Justin and I'm like, I was like, he's like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? I was like, I just need you to stay on the phone with me so that I
just can focus my energy on you. Yeah. And
But that was my first time realizing when you're going to these events and Vegas, of course, haunted in its own right, but it's Vegas. So you just it's totally different energy.
God, I don't know if I could stand Vegas now.
No, that was my last trip to Vegas. I did Vegas twice. I did it once, did it sober. No, absolutely zero reason to ever go back to Vegas. And I don't like the desert. So,
yeah, you and me both, girl.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hot, dry. I get thirsty thinking about the desert, if that means anything.
Right.
So, but I think, like you said, it's Gettysburg, right? And there are certain places, like my former job, there's not enough grounding and protection you can do. And I think when I first started working at the farm, and it might have been Corey, that said, you got to do it more than once. Like you have to, clear and then you're constantly having to reset your protection because, there are places like the Conjuring House or Gettysburg. There's a million, there's a whole bunch of places like that no matter what you do, it's never going to be enough to completely come away from it. Not like you need to sleep for 3 months after it's over.
I'm telling you, it's Thursday and I got back on Sunday night and I'm still feeling like I could sleep for 2 more days.
I am not surprised. And yes, Joe, you're right. Vegas is overwhelming for anybody, empaths or not. 100% agree.
Yeah, I know. One of my son's best friends lives in North Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And he's like, let's go to Vegas and visit Jake. And I'm like,
hi, Mom.
You are not. Hi. I'm like, you're not going to love Vegas. It's not fun for people that don't drink and don't gamble.
Right. I mean, I went the first time and I was working at an art gallery. I was a gallery director for an artist that I knew really well. And he took us all out there. It was a small group. It was like him and then the 4 gallery directors from his 4 different locations. So it was very low key. And we drank, but it wasn't like we weren't going out late. We went and saw a bunch of Cirque shows and, did a lot of walking around. But it was a very different kind of setup. We were usually in bed pretty early. Like it wasn't a whole thing. But this was I struggle at all these events. And I'll be honest, that's part of the reason I don't go to them too much anymore. Because I pay for it.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I didn't think anything of it this year, but this year was different. Like there was a different vibe on the vendor floor. There was a different vibe in the town. And I can't put my finger on exactly what it was, but me and Zach and Zach's dad and Jennifer, we all went to the Saks Covered Bridge because I wanted to see Tilly Pierce. And I was telling Zach about how I had met Marie or Corner Cauldron. I was telling him how we met at that bridge last year.
Yeah.
And that Tilly had wanted her to find her initials, and that of the one that she left on the bridge. So I was showing Zach the initials. The second I touched the bridge where the initials were, and she was there, and I was talking to her, and Zach could see her. The second I touched those initials, all of a sudden this man was there. And I don't know what he was. I don't know. Like he just showed up almost like he came screaming, running up to us, but he wasn't. He just all of a sudden was there and like just in my face. So I went over and leaned up against the wall that's there. My heart started racing. I started getting really scared. I was like, what is going on? So Zach and I seem to have some sort of, it's not anything like Cody and Satori, but when we hold hands, like we can almost like pass it's like almost sharing our screen kind of, where like he can feel what I'm feeling and vice versa psychically. He also got this weird allergic reaction for no reason. We started talking about going to the bridge, and then all of a sudden his neck got really red.
Oh,
and we were like, right, yeah. So we took an allergy pill and it was, starting to calm down. We go to the bridge and it starts getting red again. And we're like, what is going on? And so I hold his hand and I was like, my heart is racing. Like I was really scared. I was really like panicked, kind of that kind of feeling you get when you've done something wrong and you're going to get in trouble, and you almost kind of panic, try to figure out a way to like get yourself out of it.
Right.
Kind of like kids do. That's how I felt. And it was so bizarre. And I kept getting the letter M over and over and over and over. So Zach's like, I think this guy was hung on this bridge. And then I was like, oh God, you're kidding. So we go walk through the bridge, and Jennifer's got her, equipment out, and we walk over and we stop under this one beam that goes across it. And Zach was like, that's where it's at. That's where it happened. And I was like, oh God, you're right.
Jesus.
It was terrible. So we noticed that the marks on Zach's neck, they started down here and went up. And then on the back of his neck, like right at the base of his skull, it was red, almost exactly where a noose would be.
Yeah. That's wild.
I know. It was awful. We were like, okay, we need to go. We just need to go. And like as soon as the guy showed up, Tilly disappeared. So of course, immediately that night I go and I'm texting Maria. I'm like, hey, this is what happened. And da 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 da. And I don't know where she went. And I went there to see her. And it was a whole crazy thing. So that was the first experience. Then Zach and I always go to Lavender and Sage, this wonderful crystal and like herb shop when we're in Gettysburg.
Right.
And I didn't really plan on it because I never do. But I was like looking around and they didn't have any Moldavite. So show of hands in the audience, how many of you have worked with Moldavite?
But let me put an asterisk there, because I have a piece of Moldavite that had to sit in a Pyrex for 6 months before I could even work with it.
Oh God.
And then I could only handle it for like 3 to 5 minutes at a time. It made me almost fall over. By far the biggest effect on me as far as crystals go was that Moldavite.
Yeah. And I had heard that about Moldavite. And I think Marie put it all together. The guy did hang from that bridge, and Tilly had said that I needed to research the name Michael Meadows, which was the M I kept getting over and over again. It was wild. So anyway, we go to Lavender and Sage, and I'm looking around and I'm like, I really want to buy like this statement piece, and but I don't want to spend like, gobs of money. I don't have gobs of money. So I was like, well, and I asked the girl working there, and I'm like, do you have any Moldavite? And she was like, we have rings with it, and they were like $150. And I'm like, she goes, we have these pieces here though that you can make into jewelry. And so she brings out these bags of Moldavite, like individual Ziploc bags.
Like little chips.
Can you guys see this?
Your little baby.
See that?
Well, that sets you back.
$45.
Yeah, sounds about right.
$45 for this piece of Moldavite.
Our resident geologist in the group says Moldavite is a remarkable geologic oddity.
Yes, it says that it was came from a meteor collision with Earth 15 million years ago. Correct. It's very rare, and it's very to buy real Moldavite is very expensive. So I'm like, am I really going to spend $45 on a chip of Moldavite? And I'm like, you know what? I just felt so called to do it this time, and I had been avoiding buying Moldavite for a while. Yeah. And I don't use it in the shop, like, because I don't know how it works so I don't use it in the shop at all. But so I buy it.
Yeah.
And then I put it's in its bag from Lavender and Sage, and it's in my purse in my hotel room.
Yeah.
So I go to that was that morning. I go to the event, the vendor event, have a great time, blah, blah, blah. We go have dinner, and then we go to the Museum of Haunted Objects in Gettysburg. We had a tour that night at 8:00.
Right.
And we get halfway through that place. Way cheaper to buy it in the Czech Republic. Oh my God.
Cheryl's a traveling queen.
So we get halfway through. She's talking to us about this haunted typewriter, and I'm like, I don't like the energy of that. I also didn't like the energy of the 4 or 5 haunted things that Cody and Satori had brought. I was like, I don't like the energy of any of this. But this at the museum was way different. So they have like an old typewriter. They have this doll that is from Japan, and his name is Mr. Mim. He moves.
Oh.
He turns lights out. It was like if you go through like a warehouse kind of, and you have to like weave around like the shelving. Yeah. That's how they have it set up. And so we were having to do that, and we were talking about this one piece, and I was having to stand by Mr. Mim's cage, and I'm like, I can't take this. What is happening? Because the vibration of everything in that room was so gross.
Yeah.
It was humming.
Oh, yeah.
In my ears.
Yeah.
In addition, the items were whispering. Like, I don't know if they were whispering to me or to each other. I couldn't, but from the minute we walked in, the vibration just sort of like choked me. And then this whispering, I thought I was going insane. So halfway through, I'm like, she said at the very beginning, if you feel like you're going to be sick, you've got to get out. You think you're going to faint, let me know. I'll escort you out. You're good. Halfway through it, I was like, I'm sorry, I have to leave. I can't be in here. So she does. She escorts me out, and then like 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, they all come out. But I'm sitting out there by myself for a little while, and I'm like, what in the hell is happening? Because I look up, and in the street, not in the street, but this museum is kind of set way back from the street. And where all the other businesses are on the road, this one is set way back. So there's a guy on the sidewalk, and he's walking really slow, like he's looking for like an address. And I look at him, and I was like, huh. And he's over here, and like he's walking slow. So I'd light my cigarette, and I look up, and he's gone. And I'm like, that's what I said.
What the French toast? Right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. What the French toast. By this time, an employee has come out, and I was saying I couldn't finish the tour. And she was like, I was like, I hate it in there, and this place is awful. And she was like, is that a good thing? I'm like, no, it's very good for you, but it's just very bad for me. Like everything was great. The tour guide, great. Like the stories of how you get these items are fascinating, but I couldn't.
It's too much.
It's too much. They come out, and they're telling me that like there's this one last room you have to go through to get out, and there's objects in there that we could take pictures of. We couldn't take pictures of anything like in the actual like warehousey looking part, but I'm still outside, and they come out, and they're like, oh my God, Carrie, like she was talking about there's an object in there that causes people to feel back pain. Well, apparently that had affected Jennifer and Zach's dad. It's in Gettysburg. It's called the Museum of Haunted Objects. Zach too. My back was on fire and sore at the same time. Should have been. I could not deal. She got to the decanter that is made of human skin.
Oh no!
And I was like, goodbye.
Yeah.
And I don't. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Like I watch horror movies. I watch gory movies. Saw is one of my favorite movies. But that and then the whispering just kept, and the humming and the clicking. I was like, I'm going crazy.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of here. So we just were out there for a while talking, and then everybody came out, and I was talking, with Laura and Angelique and Zach's dad, and I'm going, uh-oh. I remember how I felt. I remember I was like, I know this. And it happened exactly the way it did when Andrea blew my third eye open. My brain felt heavy in my skull.
Yep.
And except this time it was vibrating.
Right.
Like I felt like it was actually shaking in my head. And I'm like, uh-oh. Now here?
Right.
Why? The downloads lasted from that moment until yesterday morning.
Yikes.
I felt like that. And I was talking to Zach and I was like, you don't think it was this, do you? And he goes, I absolutely do.
Yep,
and I'm like,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a no, that thing, it is no joke. And
Yep.
I am not kidding you. When I held the one in my hands, it almost made me fall over, but I had also been kind of called to it. Like it was something that I was kind of like.
It was, yes, I was very called to this specific piece.
That specific, right. So I ended up literally shoving it in a Pyrex and shoving it in a drawer. And I waited about 6 months, and then I would take it out for a couple minutes at a time because it was literally, it was kicking my ass.
Yeah. I did. And that's what I was telling Zach. I was like, I have not even physically touched it yet. It stayed in the little shopping bag, in its little envelope, in my purse. I was waiting till I got home and I could have time to like really focus on it and meditate and like write my intentions that I wanted to set with it. And like, Zach was like, no, the second you got it, the second you looked at it, it was yours. And started doing its thing. I'm like, but I haven't even cleansed it yet. And he's like, so?
Doesn't matter. That thing is, I don't think discussed as an amplifier as much. I mean, you obviously hear things like clear quartz being more of an amplifier, but a moldavite is absolutely, in my opinion, a massive amplifier. And if you're not, I mean, I think we all make the mistake with moldavite once, because I mean, I don't think there's no way to figure out how you're going to react to it until you actually have one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but I think that bad boy is absolutely an amplifier of.
Yeah, I know. And like Marie said, but of course because like that was all, I don't believe in coincidences. Like this was all supposed to happen when it happened, how it happened.
100%.
But I still haven't quite figured out what my abilities, this evolution of my abilities is, except for I can now see spirits in they're corporeal now.
They're not
where before they were just the energy.
Yeah.
I would just, now I actually can see them like, and they're corporeal. So many times I would see somebody on the road in Gettysburg and like look back at my rear view, gone. And there's nowhere they could have gone. There's nowhere they could have gone. Driving back to, because Cody and Satori were doing the celebrity bartender thing. And so we were all going to go back to see them and like help them like win. Like each group was having a contest. On my way there, I saw a soldier crouching by a sign on the road. And I actually like went to go hit my brake because he looked like he was getting ready to run across the road.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute. and he was a person, and they were
Mhm.
having the other thing that kind of like screwed me up with all of this is they were also having this like military celebration that weekend in Gettysburg.
So a
So there
lot of
were people,
reenactors.
reenactors everywhere.
Yep.
And I thought, okay, that can't be a reenactor. It's like 9:30 at night. There's no way.
Yeah.
But it was out on the battlefield and it was just really crazy. Um
That's wild.
Super wild. So Sunday, I could not wait to get out of there. I couldn't wait to get out of there,
Yeah.
because I was like, and I can only take Gettysburg for about 2 days, 2.5
Yeah.
days. The length of a Gettysburg battlefield bash, that's about as much time as I can spend in that town.
Yeah. Because no matter where
Um,
you go, it's
it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter where you go.
mhm.
But I was so frazzled. I still am kind of frazzled, like not frazzled. I told my mom, I'm
Absorb.
like, I feel like I'm working on one brain cell.
Yeah. Well, and that's, part of the like I wanted to get down there this year, but then I got to thinking about it. Because I don't know if I've talked about it on this show. One of the uber fun things in my abilities is the benefit of getting to feel the way people died. So hanging, stabbing, shooting, choking, drowning, I get to feel that. Doesn't happen all the time, but
Oh.
it actually happened. Um, I was talking to Jen about it. We went to our local place up here when friends were in town, and we were in the basement, which I've been into more than once. And I am all of a sudden coughing out of absolutely nowhere, and I can't stop. And that's happened to me before in St. Augustine,
Mhm.
but couldn't figure it out. But Jen was also having issues with her. I ended up having to leave the basement. It wasn't because I was scared. I was like, I can't get my shit together. Like I can't stop coughing.
Yeah.
And then Jen and I were talking about it later, and I remember we were saying this when we got down there, that basement. She's like, I wonder if they're getting ready for like a benefit, like a rummage sale, garage yard sale thing for the center, because there was all this stuff that's not normally in the basement. So we're wondering if Jen and I, because she was having this heaviness thing, and I was having the coughing thing, if there was some sort of object in there that had some sort of residual energy. But
Yeah.
for me with Gettysburg, with that specific thing,
Yeah.
I think the first time I need to go to a place like Gettysburg is not with an event, because I need to be able to see what am I going to be feeling. And you have that many deaths on one battlefield. What is somebody like me going to, you know what I mean? Like I'd have to ease my way into it without
Yeah.
having the chaotic energy of a paracon to go along with it. Like I'm learning
Yeah.
where not so much limits, but where I have to be careful, because I know the coughing happened to me at a museum in St. Augustine, and same thing. I had to leave the space, and I'm like, every time I came into this one area, I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. So I'm thinking,
Yeah.
Fire choking. Like I didn't figure it out. And then Dawn, Ken's wife, was like, I found your problem. I was standing next to this jar that somebody had taken of dirt where a lynching in St. Augustine had occurred.
Oh, so not fun like Johnny Depp. I've got a jar of dirt.
Yeah,
Nothing
no,
like that. No. Okay.
yeah. So they had gone. They were like, so in the around St. Augustine, there were like 2,000 lynchings or something like that back, late 1800s, early 1900s.
Nice
And
place.
but I didn't realize it, because of course I'm thinking, was there a fire here? Because a lot of times they feel the same if it's choking or if it's because it's all I
Sure.
feel is the
Yeah.
throat closing up.
Right.
So that was part of the reason Gettysburg was a tough call for me, because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't feel like it's good for me until I kind of navigate this better
Good
to
call.
put myself in that position, because I know, I think gone are the day. Like I was able to go to a couple paracons where my former employer wasn't the focus of every conversation when somebody meets me, right? Like, not that I'm not well known by any stretch. I am not, but people know enough to where it's like, oh, hey, Aaron, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about X, and that's all fine. But I much preferred it kind of when I was like, nobody knew who I was and I was under the radar.
Yeah.
But so you take all that Paracon energy and then you put a place like Gettysburg with abilities like that.
Mhm.
Well, really, it doesn't matter what flavor ability you have. It depends on how it affects you. But I think for me, because I get such a there's like a visceral reaction. I mean, I've had, I've
Yeah.
been places where people got stabbed. I feel that, like I've felt my kidney getting pierced, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It dawned on me, I have to be really careful in a place like that, because of the volumes of death. And, it's not like these were easy, quiet, going sweetly into the good night kind of deaths. This is
No.
stabbing,
Yeah, like
fighting
everybody hopes they just,
cannons, and
yeah,
yeah.
die in
So
their sleep surrounded by fat grandchildren. That's it. That's the hope,
yes.
but not for these folks. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those things where, like, I never would have thought about that because I had a hard time at OSR the first year, if you remember. I had a
Yeah.
really hard time. I had Mr. Lobotomy following me around everywhere and stabbing me in the eye for like 4 hours.
God, yeah. Oh my God, I forgot
It was
about that.
horrible, horrible.
Oh,
And
yeah.
again, not scary. I just want to clarify. This is not scary stuff for me, but like, it's physical pain. It's like I kept telling Carrie because I didn't know there were lobotomies done in this area, and I was like, I feel like I'm getting stabbed right in the eye, and she let it go for a while because she was trying to let me figure it out by myself,
Yeah.
and I finally had to be like, I just need to know what the
Yeah.
French toast is because this is agony. So I think it's been interesting.
Yeah. I don't like that kind of ability.
No, it sucks.
Mhm.
But I understand that it's, usually somebody's trying to let me know, and that's all fine and good. So usually, just shake it off, get out of the room for a couple minutes, that's fine. But I have to also be aware that that happens to me. And if I, step on a place like Gettysburg,
Yeah, like you don't.
multiplied by however many hundreds of thousands of deaths that day or
What
whatever.
was it, like 50 or 60,000, something like that? Like that land, the land alone is bleh. And the
Yeah.
second I hit the town limits, I'm like, crap. Like it's almost like it's in its own little like energetic
Yes.
dome bubble. And the minute you cross through that veil,
Yeah.
you're in a vastly different world.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I agree that Gettysburg is definitely something that you should
tread lightly.
like go slow into.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no event, nothing like that. Certainly with friends you trust. But yeah, it just when we went to the bridge and Zach started getting this like red mark on his neck, we were like, it's an allergic reaction, and we knew it. Ha ha. No, but what was weird was he was feeling this guy that hung, he was feeling it physically.
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeling it emotionally.
Yeah. It's wild. But those
really weird.
That's the thing. Like, I think what's so interesting is, especially for those of us who have come into this stuff a little bit later in life.
Yeah.
It's so at first it's really like exciting and you're gung ho and you're wanting to like, sort of figure things out and test the waters. And then I think once you've had some time under your belt and you've had your ass kicked energetically a couple of times, you have to start like thinking about that kind of stuff. Dan said,
yeah,
just Conjuring House kind of felt the same way. It was like being in its own little bubble.
Yeah, it's some of these locations are just really I would have thought the Stanley Hotel would have felt like that, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. They lean real hard into the book, you know what I mean? Obviously, because Stephen King's book essentially saved that hotel, but it didn't feel that way. There's handfuls of places I've been to that have felt like you are entering this entirely different energetic space.
Mm-hmm.
It's like veil. You kind of go through this spiritual veil when you get into town. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Well, and I know like when we went to OSR last year, when I went with Cody to help Cody and Satori, because of everything that was going on at the farm, I had shut all my abilities down. I had basically, and Michelle helped me with that.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
shut it all down. It was amazing. I didn't feel a thing. But it was weird to feel that way. Honestly, like we talk about real shit here, right? Like abilities are great, but sometimes like that, what was it, about a year was great because I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
A little odd. And I felt a little like stranded because I don't think I realized how much I paid attention to that stuff just in my own brain. It becomes, it becomes a part, it's a part of who you are.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't know what to do now if I felt nothing.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. We love
best
Michelle.
hugger, Michelle.
Literally just said your name.
We did. We just talked all about you.
But it was amazing to be at OSR and have such a hard time the first year. And then to go back the second time. And I mean, I was tired just because, it's still a con, a lot of energy. And, the farmharhouse was happening as far as.
It's a busy time. Yeah, it's busy. Yeah.
but I didn't feel anything. It was amazing. And so I wouldn't go back to that though. Like I want to clarify that. Like it was great for a period, but I also know that those abilities, I need to use them, and I know that they also
Yeah.
protect me on a lot of levels. Um,
Yeah.
but just the difference in being, and I've also wondered, like maybe just to, you know, my guides will shut me down sometimes anyway. Like when I was at the farm, I was always operating at like 50%. I probably didn't pick up on half the shit that I should have because they dialed me down because they knew it would
Sure.
be
Yeah.
too intense. And not because it's scary, but just because there's so much going on.
Right.
But trying to figure out a way to do that myself when I need to, right? Like be
Yeah.
able to go to an event and be like, okay, we're gonna kind of just dial it down a bit so that you're bouncing off more than you are absorbing.
Mhm.
But I think there's a lot of us out there that struggle with um that kind of stuff. But I think because for me, a lot of times it's centered around these paracons, we're not talking about it because it's like it is a love
Yeah.
fest and it's
And a
amazing.
lot of us go to them, a lot of us work them, a lot of us, they are fun.
They
They're
are.
fun. And if you could figure out a way to be able to, on your own, like you said, turn up and down your abilities so that it
Right.
allowed you time to enjoy it
Yes.
without making you feel like you were going insane. I had to get the hell out of that haunted objects museum because I could not. I could not. But also at the same time, I didn't realize it was my new little friend here that was doing this. I thought Andrea, she did it, and what I've got is what I got. They'll grow, sure. No. No, my little buddy here, I haven't decided what to name it. Troublemaker, maybe. I'm very
Never know.
attached to it, by the way. I'm very protective. I'm like, I love you. You're so cute. Um, I had no idea that that was already starting to work.
Oh yeah. It's
I need to study crystals more. The only crystals I study are the ones I use in my products.
right.
But I mean, if I have questions about crystals, I will go to Zach or I will go to Marie
Hmm.
or you. I don't
Yep.
know. I don't have time to take any more classes from you to me. But anyway, um, do we want a couple of funny stories about what happened to my brain in Gettysburg?
Sure. It's a little
Okay.
bit, a little piece of fuck around, find out.
Fuck around and find out. That is exactly what happened. So, like I
Go for it.
said, for those of you who have know the story, when Andrea blew my third eye open, my brain felt heavy in my skull. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I just felt kind of foggy. Same thing with this, but on a vastly bigger scale. Brain heavy in my skull, except it's vibrating now. I was talking to my mom Sunday morning and I was just kind of rambling about, I'm going to leave. I'm going to pack up. I'm going to check out of the hotel. I'm going to meet them at the bridge. Because we were wanting to go back to the bridge again. And Marie had said, you've got to go see the witch's hanging tree. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was talking to her about all this stuff, but I know I sounded very disjointed. Like my thoughts weren't one big long thought. It was like alphabet soup thought. And she goes, "Are you okay? What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just feel very like flustered. I was like, I feel like I'm working on one brain cell."
Right.
So I talked to Zach and them, and they're like, "We're checking out, and we'll meet you at the bridge." And I'm like, "I'm getting gas, and I'm gonna check out, and I'll see you there." So I go and I get gas, and I go back to the hotel, and I go in the room. I parked right in front of the room. Go into the room, pack up my stuff, come back out to load up the car. And when I got gas, I put the pump back on the gas thingy, but I didn't put the cap back on my gas tank and I didn't shut the door.
Oh
I just got in
no.
and drove back to the hotel. And I was like, well, that was weird. And I had to chuckle because that I was saying it about me because I never do that. One of my biggest fears is that I will drive away with a gas pump in my car. So I am very cognizant of not doing that. So I didn't do that, but I also didn't put the gas cap. It was just hanging there, door wide open when I came out of the hotel. And I was like, I can't believe I did that. That was weird. And then I had to laugh because the show. So then I check out, I meet Zach and them down at the Saks Covered Bridge, which I guess is just like the go-to place for people at the convention. Like everybody's there.
Right.
So this guy that I had met at the convention was there, and I get there first. And we went down there because Marie was like, just go down there and like be in the space and near the tree and like listen to what spirit tells you. So I was like, okay, sounds great. We're gonna go do that. That's super. Well, this guy George, who Marie was like, watch out for George, was there. And he is a tour guide. And he doesn't live in Gettysburg. He lives in like New Hampshire, but he goes to Gettysburg like 8 times a year or whatever. So he's telling me about this tree. He's telling me about the river. He's telling me about the original field hospital. And so I'm standing there and I've got my Starbucks and it's so hot in Gettysburg and so humid. And I've got this, like, it's almost like this top, but it's my red one, the gauzy top. I got brand new cute black linen shorts that I bought. It was going to look so cute. No, I am sweating so much just standing there.
Yeah.
Because it had rained a lot the night before, so it was real muggy and humid.
Super. Yeah, and it only makes it hotter.
Always. Zach, his dad, Jennifer, they get there, and then he starts talking to them. And I'm like, I'm going to die if I don't get into some air conditioning. And so we leave and I'm on my way to the convention and I'm like, I cannot wear this outfit. I was drenched and I looked like I just came up out of the river.
Right.
It was a mess. It was a mess. Yes. Swampy. Yes. So what I did was, I got my suitcase and I pulled out my denim shorts and my jammy top. Because it was this big t-shirt. It was one of Coy's when he graduated. It's his senior class of 2019. And I'm like, okay. So I get to the convention. I get all set up, whatever. And I'm like, I go to change clothes. So I go and I change clothes. And then I come back and I do the convention for the day. And everybody leaves early. And so I'm getting ready because it ran till 4, but I think we started breaking down around 2. So I'm getting ready to leave. Car's packed. I'm ready to hit the road. I go use the bathroom for the, last time before I drive home. I go into the bathroom, you guys. And I go to pull my pants up.
They were backwards.
And I realized that I had put on 2 different pairs of underwear that morning when I got dressed. 2. And I stood there and I was like, what is fucking happening to me? Like, I really felt out of my mind.
Yeah.
I could not. I was like, oh my God. So I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, it's happening again. It's happening again. Everything is falling apart. It's happening again. So yeah, those are my funny stories about what this Moldavite has done as it's bringing more abilities through, which, like I said, I see them corporeal now. And also, what is the one where you smells?
Clairaudience. No.
Clairaudience. Yes. Clairaudience.
Or is that? I think it's clairaudience.
Oh, I was like, who's up there? Who are you asking?
Or Claire Gustin. No, that's my confused looking up at the sky look. It might be Claire Gustin's, I think, is taste. I think clairaudience.
I think Gustin's is taste. I do have that one.
Yeah, clairaudience. Yeah,
clairaudience. Okay, yeah. So that's the one that I have now. I realized that the other night I was outside having a glass of wine, having a cigarette, and where I live, there's no I live in a new development. There's nothing special about it. But I smelled this floral perfume.
Right.
And it's not one that I use in any of my lines for the shop. And then so I was like, well, who is this? Who are you? What's going on? And it wasn't it wasn't from anybody, like any spirit that was there.
Yeah.
It felt like it was wafting over from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, everybody here in my neighborhood goes to bed super early. Like by 10 o'clock, it's lights out throughout this whole place. And this is about midnight. And so I'm like, well, nobody's out and around. So that's the next one that's come in. And then yeah, so I'm waiting to see the others. I can feel them like tickling the back of my head, but they haven't
Wiggling
really
around back there.
popped forward yet. Yeah.
I don't know that I have the Claire Alliance so much, but I have, like, when you go into at the farm, it has a smell, like it, old house, not bad,
Yeah.
but like old house,
Right. It's just an
like
old house. Yeah.
like herby, like herbs, like fresh herbs, like thyme is the one that sticks out to me for whatever
Mm,
reason. I was standing in my condo in St. Augustine, and boom, hit with that smell out of nowhere. And I would know that smell anywhere because it's just such a
right.
unique kind of mix of things. Um, so it has that one that hasn't happened to me often. It's happened once or twice.
Yeah.
Um, but that's it's interesting how they do morph, and it's like,
Yeah.
people. I think a lot of times people pigeonhole themselves. They're like, oh, I can only hear them. It's like, well, no, you probably got a little bit of a lot of the others too, but you maybe just focused on
Mhm.
the one.
Yeah.
Um, but it often
Yeah.
comes out like that when you're at you're at an event, you got a new crystal, you're like, oh shit, here we go, like,
Yeah.
oh, this
Just
is the thing we're
really
doing
like
now, you know?
space cadet kind of things.
Yeah, it's
And
wild.
it's very much like it was in the weeks after Andrea blew my third eye open.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I had no idea that this little tiny crystal, like I knew it was a powerful crystal. I knew it could do a lot of stuff. I knew it could like change lives
mm-hmm.
and move stuff out of the way to make room for the things that I get it.
Yeah,
But I didn't get it.
right.
You know
No,
what I mean? Like,
but again,
I wasn't afraid of it. Like, I've got it. I've got it right here, and it sits over here on my little crystal altar, and I've got it sitting next to rose quartz to kind of calm it down. But
mine's a pendant. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can go find. I'll be right back. Hang on.
okay,
I'll see if I can find mine.
yes, Mary, you did. Yeah. So that was my fun story, and the whole drive home, guys. I was like, all right, Aaron and I have a show on Thursday. Am I going to tell them this story? And I thought, you know what? Yeah, because this is what this is. This is what it's like. It's not like and I had said this at the beginning of the show when we first started this show, that like I would see people like Cindy Kaza that had abilities and, and be like, God, they're so lucky, and wow, be careful what you wish for. So when I was driving home and debating if I was going to tell you guys the story about the gas cap and the underwear, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, tell them, because this is real. This is what it is. It's
the reality of
the reality of it for a lot of people. I mean, obviously there's
Yeah.
the folks that have grown up with these abilities, but for those of us that are just kind of coming into them, and I'm 3 years on from Andrea doing that. I was in 22.
22, June of 22.
Yeah, so 3 years on from really getting a nice handle on the
Yeah.
abilities I've got, and now I've got new ones coming in.
Well, and we don't. I mean, I did find it. I'll put it up here in a second. But I think I'm glad we are having this discussion, because it's not a thing you think about, like, as far as having to really take care of yourself energetically in an event like that, because of course you're in a city, you're with everybody's got common ground, everybody's talking about the same stuff.
Yeah.
Kelly has some of this too. Kelly, I met at Strange Escape. She's in North Carolina.
Oh, hey, me too. I'm over
Yeah.
in Raleigh. Perfume cigarettes and Hall's Cough Drop. I would know the smell of Hall's Cough
Me
Drop
too.
anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
So mine was actually, I bought it as a pendant.
Oh, that's a nice size.
I have a light, but I don't think I can really get it on here. But it's a
Yeah.
chonker. This was I think I paid $85, but this was before the prices started going. I bought this like 4 years ago.
Yeah. I want to be very careful with it. I'm hesitant to put it in jewelry because like I don't know, like certainly not a ring. It would be very difficult to like, put it in a ring and have it get caught on stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to be very careful with it because it's so little and like so delicate. I don't know if you can. It's really tiny, and
Yeah,
like
and it's interesting because if you get it in the right light, it is opaque. Like there
it
is,
is. It's so beautiful. I love it.
yeah. But even I
Yeah,
haven't picked this thing up in, I don't know, a year. It's been hanging out in my jewelry box, and I already got a little bit of a headache.
yeah.
But it's
I
because I
know,
haven't
and for
used
some
it.
reason, like I can't stop touching mine. And I'm like, "You're being weird about this crystal." Like, I just, like, pick it up and I'm like, "You're so cute." Um,
Yeah.
I've never felt that way about a crystal. I don't know. I need to, like I don't know. If you guys have, suggestions. I'm becoming a little obsessed with it because I'm like, "You're so cute." And it kinda looks like a tiny little gun. It does, like, it looks like this, like, tiny little gun.
Oh yeah, that's a true story. It does
See?
kind of look like a
It
tiny
does look
gun.
like a tiny little gun, and so I
Yes.
yeah, I'm becoming I don't wanna handle it too much because 1, I don't wanna break it, and 2, I can feel what it's doing to me.
Yeah, I wore it for once I had to work my way up to where I could wear it.
Mhm.
And then things started getting squirrely up at the farm, and that's when I took it off because I
Ooh,
didn't need
yeah.
the energy extra amplified anyway. So I haven't done anything with it since December of 23. It's just been
Wow.
hanging out in my jewelry box.
Yeah,
Great
it's a
crystal. It's just one of those that'll, you know, slap you around a little bit. And but again, like you don't know that until you fuck around and find out with it. Like that's just kind of
Mhm.
how those of us who come into our abilities later, I think that's the majority of our journeys. You just kind of,
Yeah.
oh, this is what we're doing now. Like I think that's kind of
Oh, yeah, that's right,
how
Mary
it goes.
Beth, I
Yeah,
forgot that.
I have to put this away. Like I have massive
I
shit.
know, I'm like, "I need to just use it there." Um,
Ugh.
Fortunately, I had gotten, a mystery box from Satori when
Mm,
I was there, and in
mhm.
it was this little, fidget spinner
Oh, I
holder,
love it.
which works out because I have been spinning the life out of this thing because I am not like I have anxiety or anything, I don't know, it came at a really great time, and I
Yeah,
generally have never used anything like this, but it came at a really great time.
does make a big difference.
Keep working
People
with
are,
the Moldavite. My life in 2023 and 2024 compared to now is 1,000% better. Lots of clearing occurred to make it happen, but it is a fuck around and find out crystal.
it
And he
is.
told me that. And quite honestly, his friend and teammate Jennifer, same thing happened to her.
Yeah.
In 30 days, her life looked nothing like it did before. And I'm like, well, that's great. But I don't want to like she's like, I found the love of my life and I this and I that. And I'm like, it's not going to make me find a boyfriend, is it? Because I really don't want one of those.
I think it's one
I'm
of those.
too busy.
I think it gives you what you need. I mean, I think it's anything else like is intention wise based. And if we look at Moldavite as an amplifier, whatever your intention is, it's gonna
Well,
amplify the
then,
shit out of it, But if you're, and also I think too, like I've
there's,
got a pretty significant galactic connection as well,
yeah,
and I think
Moldavite.
yeah, Moldavite. Um,
Moldavite.
Dan, if you don't mind typing it out so I don't spell it wrong, because you're the geology king if you're still in here. I don't remember if it's Moldivite or Moldavite. But it's very
Oh, I
hard to.
thought it was AI. Well, I have the thingy. Hang on.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, it
perfect.
is AI.
Here's the thing. You have to be very careful when you are buying Moldavite. I had a client
Uh-huh.
who bought what she thought was Moldavite at an event, and she paid
Yeah.
like $85 for like the size of the one I have. Yeah, Moldavite. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Never mind, Dan. Got it. um, but she showed it to me, and I was like, I hate to tell you this, but that ain't
Right.
Moldavite
This is
because it's got a
resin.
very specific. It's got a really weird texture,
Yeah.
and the way that the crystals are formed, and then the way it's almost kind of, it's not see through, but it's opaque. Um, so if you're going to start looking into Moldavite, right now it's going to be incredibly expensive because it's getting harder and harder to find legitimate pieces. And B, make sure you know that you're getting, like,
Actual
I would look it
Moldavite.
up, look at detailed pictures of the crystalline structure. I'm only saying this because it's so expensive.
Yes.
So you
$45 for
recognize
a
what it
chip.
is. Yeah. So you don't make that mistake because that poor girl spent $85 and got taken to
That's a
the
shame.
cleaners. Yeah.
That's a real, real shame.
Um, but
Only
I think
wear
it's just
mine
like
when I'm passing or when I feel blocked or stagnant. I'm telling you what, guys, I really knew that I wanted to be very clear and specific when I set my intentions with this, because
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
knew that I know what it can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I took days before I
Yep.
even took it out of its little pouch. I took, what is this? Oh, okay.
6
Oh,
months. It's
forever.
it's not a fear, but it's a respect for the power that it holds, right? Like it's one of
Yes.
those that instant. I've never, and I'm a certified crystal healer. I've got all kinds of certificates about crystals, and
Yeah.
I've held all kinds of crystals. And Satori and I get elbows deep in things of crystals when we get the chance at places.
Oh
But
God. You
that's
know
the
where you
crystal
guys
that
should go? The Tucson Gem Show.
we would have to win the lottery first. Um, but
I'm
that
on
is
my way to
one.
fuck you money. I told my little Moldavite that's what I want.
There you go. But it's
No
the only
longer.
crystal I've ever handled that I almost passed out in the store.
Woo.
The lady that owns the shop knows me because in St. Augustine I pretty much exclusively bought from her, and she's like, "You don't look so good. Color gone, everything." I just started,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Put it down. It's the
Yeah.
stone." I'm like,
Brain
"Oh my
dead. Like
god,
brain
yeah."
dead. I told my mom, I'm like, yes, was it yesterday? I think. I was like, okay, good news, mom. I've got 3 brain cells today. They're slowly coming back. But it's, also look at it if you're buying in grams too. A lot of people are actually selling glass. God, people suck.
Oh, here we go. Zach's information is stellar, and then Dan's as well, because Dan is
Yeah.
literally the king of rocks. So,
Cool.
um, thank you, Dan, for that. That's amazing. That's super
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
But I would imagine, I mean, I don't know that I've met anybody that's worked with Moldavite that didn't have some sort of kind of, especially if you have abilities, some sort of heavy reaction to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, reach out to Dan, or see how you feel. And if you're not feeling a whole lot, because I think the girl that bought the fake piece, I think it wasn't painted glass.
People suck.
If I remember, it's been a couple of years since I've seen it, but you
Yeah.
just have to be really careful, because that is so. It's one thing if you buy like a piece of clear quartz that ends up being, it's gonna like $7.
Sure.
It ends up being not quartz, but
Right.
that's vastly different than, I mean, a small little chunk like I have now is probably going to cost you $100 to $130.
Yep.
But again, I bought it 4 years ago, so it was.
And I knew it was going to be expensive. She's like, here are the rings. And they were like, the smallest one was $150. And I was like, uh-uh. And I was like,
Exactly.
do you have anything else? And she was like, oh yeah, we do have smaller pieces that you can put in jewelry. And I was like, oh, that sounds great. And so she showed it to me. She was like, this is 45, this is 49, this is 50. Hi, Celine.
I've seen.
And I'm like, the 45 one sounds good. But this was the one that was calling to me. And
Yeah.
I wasn't going to spend that much on a crystal. Not this weekend.
Right.
No.
When it calls you, it calls you. I know how
I
that goes.
felt very called to buy it. And I'm like, okay. Like Sandalphon was like nudging. And I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. Like I do everything that man says. Or that angel, rather.
Well, most of the time.
Now I do. Now I do.
So it's 9:15. Do we want to do card pulls tonight?
Mm-hmm. We do.
All right, I'm going to ask the group though. No, I'm not. We always have such good luck with this deck, so I'm not changing the deck. Never mind.
We do. And then also the sweary affirmation. I'll shuffle those around.
Yes. I love this deck of cards. I just ever, ever.
It never steers us.
Also, just for the record, I don't know if Carrie's noticed it all, and of course our group can't see this, but our friends in the background, Cody, Satori, and Ken, are kind of monitoring as they're hanging out to make sure that I don't, in case I need help or in case I screw something up. But every once in a while, they've been dancing on the screen. So they're just very lucky I haven't thrown them up on the screen mid-dance party, but
I know, right? Cody's like, what are you talking about us? What's going on?
Uh-huh. Here he comes. Is he popping in? We've had at least 3 dance parties in the background, just for the record.
Yeah. It's fun.
I didn't screw anything up yet, Cody, I don't think.
I haven't broken it entirely. It's a lie. She accidentally hacked into China. I have no idea how she did
Not
it.
today. Feel free to comment if you want to. We can have Cody pull cards.
Oh my god! Speaking of, Zach we were gonna go see them at the celebrity bartending thing, and Zach was like, "Is Cody gonna pull a card with every drink he makes?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but that's a great idea." So I went and told them. Did you guys get a chance to do that, or were you just too busy? Because when I saw you, you guys were slammed. Yeah, they were too busy, which is unfortunate because we were like, they would get way more tips. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so he just popped in real quick into our mics and said he was too busy. Yeah, so it was great. It was a really fun weekend. It was really great. I can't imagine how tired those two were though, with the events and stuff like that, and just kind of the drive alone.
The emotional reaction that people have to a lot of these, I see it all the time. But I mean, that happened recently when we were all together at a town in the middle of nowhere, Maine, at a Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm getting the life story of the other Dunkin' Donuts employee, and then I'm done with her, and then I hear this woman sobbing, and I'm like, "What the hell happened? Did she make an order wrong?" And Julie's like, "No, she just met Cody and Satori." Like for some people, it's so overwhelmingly emotional.
I definitely can empathize with that, but I don't literally the worst I've done when I met a celebrity or just been in the orbit of one is hide behind Aaron and then turn my face to the brick wall. That's the worst. That's like the worst I've done. But yeah, like when I took Jennifer and Heather to meet Cody and Satori, they were like, oh my God, I'm nervous. And I was like, truly don't be nervous. I will introduce you. It's going to be fine. And when they were walking away, they were so happy. They got pictures with them and they were so nice. I was like, I told you, yeah, like right away, like they put them at ease, but they were like, oh my God, they were just as nice as I've heard they were. And, everybody's got that fear.
Yeah.
We were talking about
your heroes thing that happens sometimes.
Your heroes. Yeah.
Somebody you admire and then they end up being a raging dick. That does not happen in this scenario with those two.
Right. Yeah. And like I was telling you about the employee at the museum, saying that she'd met Dave Tango and Steve and they were all super nice, but she'd heard that Jason Hawes was kind of mean.
Oh, I didn't tell Satori this. I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah. I was like, my friend Aaron knows him and he's very, very kind, very, very sweet. He might just have that face, maybe he's got, maybe he just looks like he would be unapproachable, but from what I understand, he's very, very approachable and
that's
very
coming from the girl that took 30 minutes to approach the first time I ever met him, which I'm sure he doesn't even remember, nor would I blame him.
Telling you what, man.
But I was nervous. But I think for a lot of people too, it's when you look at people, because for me, it's never been about the celebrity issue of it. It's getting to meet people that you admire the work that they're doing. Yeah. Right? Like, whatever your field of choice is. Like if you're an astrophysicist and you had a chance before he died to meet like Stephen Hawking, like you're getting to meet the giants in the field of the people that you admire.
People that inspire you and that have, led you down this road or what have you. Right. Because I think all of us kind of became aware of how people were doing paranormal investigations from ghost hunters.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it was like one of the, if not the original reality show. Yep. But yeah, so she was very happy when I was like, absolutely not. I said, I have never, ever met anybody that has said that Jason Hawes is unapproachable and unkind. And she was like, oh, that makes me so happy because he's my favorite. And I'm like,
he can stay your favorite because he really is that nice.
He can stay your favorite, yes, because he really is that nice. I haven't met him, but I know one day I will, and I'm not going to be, I'll probably be awestruck because it's Jason Hawes and he's really hot, which I told Satori that this weekend, and she was like, shut up! Sorry, your dad is hot. But I guess she's heard it quite a bit.
She has heard it.
So was I guess so was her mom. I was like, oh yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
It doesn't Oh wait, hold on. Joe Frezza. I geek out many people. Sometimes I met Zaffis and Andrea, and I geeked out badly. It happens.
Oh, I did
Listen,
geek out when I met John Zaffis on this
you
show.
haven't geeked out to the point when you meet Andrea that you fall on the floor sobbing. I have seen that happen. And Roger was with us, and he looked at me and he goes, "What the hell is going on here?" So she's just really excited to meet you guys. He's like, "What? That's just, I don't understand."
I
Roger,
know.
let's go
And
get you some
he's
more
of the
coffee.
generation.
Fine.
He's of the generation when like people were freaking out and crying at the Beatles. Like my mom loved the Beatles, and my grandparents were like, "But why?" Like they all need a haircut.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so excited about Ed Sullivan? And like, just I don't
Right.
know. It just is a thing.
Everybody's
Yeah,
got their
he's
thing.
from that generation where Roger would probably be like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, he's like, "I don't understand this." I was like, "Let's go get
Do
you
we
some
need to
more
call
coffee.
911?
It's fine."
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You want to go first or me to go first?
Let's
You told me to go first already
see.
and I missed it.
I will go first. And I am going to call on my good buddy Zach. You better still be here. So Zach, pick a number between 1 and 10. Quickly. If he's not here, I swear to God.
Well, I could just read mine. I was just going to do a collective one.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to do a collective one too. I'm just asking. We're going to have somebody in the audience pick the card.
Oh, gotcha.
7. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy crap, Zach! I actually had 7 in my hand. All right, 7. Here we go. This is our soiree affirmation for the next 2 weeks. Limited editions are better than fucking copies. Who wants to be a copy when they can be a one-of-a-kind bad bitch? Show your fierce side and be confident enough to be your fucking self.
Love it. Oh, and
So that is our affirmation for this week. I'll put it up on the group's page here in just a bit. That's great. I love it.
That's a good one.
Yes, I love all of these because these are all the messaging of this little light too.
True story. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right. I pulled this one already. Same deck as always. And it's fall into my arms, surrender, holding opposites, extremes of life. So let's see what the...
Ooh, I always love the artwork on these cards.
Rebecca Campbell is the artist. She does a ton of decks, and they're all that kind of ethereal sort of look.
I love that. Okay.
Fall into my arms. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating. Boy, if that ain't happening right now in this country. That the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of source, but at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience. God, that's a lot of X words. As a soul. Sorry. Inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, and to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived.
I really like that last sentence.
I do too.
I really like that. That's really cool.
It is really cool. Very cool. That's a good one. I like it.
That is a good one. Yeah. And it is always, it never fails. It's always appropriate.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, listen, does anybody have any questions? Anybody, like, we haven't talked to them in such a long time that any questions?
No. And I did star one of Marie's comments.
Did you?
We were talking about how to manage energy.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Rest is most important for those situations. Take yourself to the least concentrated spot, hotel room, shut the door, eye mask. That helps some. Rested, you can defend yourself better. And that is excellent advice.
That's very true.
100% agree. So I want to make sure I didn't forget that before we dipped out.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, I really, I always tend to go to her and to Zach, of course. with Zach, you know, being my best friend, and he's taken so many classes. Like he's just taken all the classes. I didn't realize
He's a wealth of knowledge.
Right, exactly.
He is a wealth of knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure I'm getting a graphic up to remind people, because I have to talk to Cody because he's much smarter than me, to remind people to don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then if you want to do the notification bell, which I find helpful because I follow too many channels to keep up with their schedules.
God, me too.
Cody and Satori will be back next week. And I'm not sure what Dead Air is doing this weekend, but we'll keep people posted on that as we kind of iron that one out. Yeah. And it was really nice to be back. And we've missed you guys.
We've missed you guys. Even though we talked to you, you know what I mean? Like, but I love the show, and we have such a good time. And so yeah, with that, I will post this. Our affirmation: limited editions are better than fucking copies. I also want to say, double check when you get dressed and make sure you're not wearing 2 pairs of underwear.
Again. See you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye. Maybe. Hold on, we're almost done. I screwed. This is new streaming platform. I screwed up.